was the name of the hex plague that had caused the rot 600 moons ago. It came from a land far across the water, and its bite was felt by the races in different ways. Elves were barely affected, brittle bones died slowly, green skins quickly and brutally. The blood burn was weaker on Urgath, but it affected its creatures nonetheless. The trolls were left cursed with weak flesh and cut.
И ни хера нету. Никакой.
Let him out there. They don't hurt with blood. What is that? In that direction? So much shiny things.
Grimoire has any idea who lived here? Hunters?
Nah. They hunt for the shiny things, so they would not leave them here. Maybe robbers. Brittle bones who crush and steal from other brittle bones.
No, I'll go look.
5000.
No! No touching! Fat troll hands don't touch Zippet's gold! No!
Calm, Noag. Just a tiny spirit, Greenskin. It is harmless.
Harmless? Zippet will show the fat brutes harmless. You see these bones, yes? They were two adventurers who starved to death because Zippet kept the magic walls up for 100 years.
The treasure Greenskin will make the hex walls disappear, or the Moonkin will crush him.
Crush Zippet? Good luck with that, yes. There's nothing left to crush, fat brute. But fine, have it your way. Zippet has time. Zippet...
Look, the Moonkin care not about the shiny stuff. They came here for a tiny pierce stick with hex power. How about they strike a deal? Zippet gets his gold back, and he gives the Moonkin something from his chest in return.
Fine. Zippet doesn't feel like waiting another 100 years, yes? That stink of decay. Ugh. So, an artifact for Zippet's gold. Deal?
What is this artifact they will get in return? They need something strong, with hex power.
It, is strong. Owned by a very powerful pale-skinned mage. Yes.
A hex stick, then. What can it do? Throw fireballs? Raise the dead?
Well, no. Cut potatoes. By itself, floating, yes. Very useful, very strong. And the pale skin loved it.
It should be fine, Akrog. Just a bit of hex power will be enough.
Fine, they have a pact.
Yes, yes! Now give Zippet the gold!
What on Urgath is this?
Ага. Я понял, кто это. Ржавый ключ. Земель. Пока покупать не будем.
What is
Смысл?
this?
Смысл?
Open. Locked smash?
That might break the shiny things in there. Let them look for a key.
Key?
A piece of scrap that will open the box.
Я-то думал... Давай, блядь.
Oh, beautifuls. Come back to Zip It. Yes.
Why Treasure Goblin was dead and still talk, Grumph? No, I'd think Mugwort take dead things to Moonlit River. Nah, only troll kind. The other races have their own ways of finding the Moonlit River. This goblin was undead because his soul was still restless, and he wanted not...
Just get out of here, okay? This place gives me creeps.
Big Blood Will? He looked strange.
It is just... he has been hearing things again.
The gift of spirits?
It is true, but this is the second time in a day. Before that, Akrog had not heard a spirit in moons.
Maybe the cradle makes Akrog's gift stronger? Grungwar thinks not. His own gifts are still the same. It must be something else in this jungle, or just chance.
Well, now is not the time to think. Let them try this key, so they can bring the artifact back to Zeramak.
And Ericut! They need give Zeramak Ericut too, for Crumple surprise! Still not sure if Zazka wants to know what this surprise is. An Erak gut pendant, perhaps? Zazka will see. What can he do for the tribe?
Смотрите. Резали картошку.
There, the artifact.
All right, now back to the tribe camp to ask Zeramak if this is enough to shape the tooth.
Резали картошку. Эти хупаки, это что, белорусы, что ли?
The tribe must survive! Even the worms would not eat such a beast. If he insists. May
Ого.
Mugwort guide
А вот
his
тут будет
hand.
жестко. Блять. На.
Afraid of an old troll? They should be.
Разобрали их, короче.
This way?
Интересно, где мы выйдем?
You find out.
Колыбель Мугвы. Это мне, знаете, что напоминает? Колыбель матери. Недавно проходил Horizon. Совсем недавно, пару дней назад закончил. Свежие еще воспоминания об этом Кале. Очень свежие, прям рано на сердце. И глаза кровоточат до сих пор. Представляете, вчера вышел патч.
All right, let them bring this to Zeramak. They must complete the devouring before sundown.
It will all work out, Grungwa. Wonderful. Then what could go wrong? Why, Zaska? Why must he always blaspheme? Zaska knows how difficult his role in the tribe is. Wants everyone to shun him. Wait. Zaska's jokes are why they like him not? He always thought they were just jealous of his pretty face. Zaska's face no pretty? Or is? Mugwa's miraculous utters. If only Noag knew. All the does are itching to mate with Zaska. Zaska is avoiding the question. No. Zaska is just not in the mood for being questioned by an old, ailing troll. Fine. If Zaska wants to stay an outcast among kin, then so be it. Just say not that Grungwat tried not to help him. Sure.
Pure, holy elder Grungwar Oldfur only wanted to help.
Grungwar is not trusted one Zazka's enemy, and he should know that. It is true that many kin treat him badly, but Grungwar has always been there for him.
Sure.
What is wrong with Zazka? He has been vexed for days now.
Must be the weather.
Has it to do with the scheming Nurbok accused Zazka of?
Mugwa's utters no. Now can they please just get back to what they were doing?
The kin disrespecting Zazka has nothing to do with his blaspheming. Remember when Akrog and him chose each other as trusted ones? So many told Akrog it was a mistake.
And they were wrong to do so. Zazka is a moonkin, no matter his birth blood. But still, without Mugwa, the moonkin would know no hexes and would not speak. And he should respect that.
If Mugwa is as mighty as Grungwar says, surely she can take a few jokes from a small-tusked, ugly troll. Now, is he done with his lesson?
Zazka can blaspheme all he likes, but he should not disrespect Grungwar. He must apologize now.
Leave it, chieftain. Nothing he has said is untrue. Grungwar is old, and Grungwar is ailing.
No true. Grungwar's strong warrior, like Nurbok.
That time is long past. Either way, let them move on.
Так, ничего, остановился. Мункины, блядь. Представляете?
What
Мункины.
now?
Как,
More
как
trouble?
в World of Warcraft, короче, да? Такие себе мункины, если честно. Вот. И знаете, в чем ирония этого Horizon этого? Я все время бегал там и охеревал от графики, да? То есть там не работала анизотропная фильтрация. Вот. И вчера буквально вышел патч 1.07 на эту игру. Вот. И там починили, наконец-то, спустя 3 месяца, починили анизотропную фильтрацию. Вы представляете, я там играл сколько часов, матерился, ругался, терпел вот эту мыльную, всратую, корявую, уродливую картинку. Вот. И как раз вот именно закончил я игру, и буквально через, наверное, несколько часов, что ли, часов через 5, по-моему, выходит, короче, патч, который исправляет анизотропную фильтрацию.
Moonblood, he is back. It is true.
Представляете, какая ирония судьбы? То есть я сколько десятки часов, короче, дрочился в эту парашу, блядь, кривую. И тут они выпускают патч уже через 5 часов примерно, после того, как я прошел финальную миссию, короче, в игре. Вы только вдумайтесь в это. Ебать, я отстрадал.
Little no egg. Nord needs so crumple something, but later.
Да.
On his way.
Так, давай, кому давай.
Scrapper Slig Stoutheart. You wanted to speak with Akrog?
It is true, chosen chieftain. Sleek knows this is a strange time to be asking him for a favor, but chosen chieftain Akrog has always been happy to help the scrappers before.
He has, it is true. And what sort of help is needed this time?
Oh, the usual. Sleek needs to bring back as much scrap as he can, so that he and the master scrapper can keep up with the need for weapons, armor, and all that stuff.
He needs Akrog to carry scrap?
No. Just shield Sleek while he finds what they need. He gets so carried away with sorting that he would not even hear Mugwa's cub if it came sneaking up behind him. There is a crumbling brittlebone place southeast of here, where Sleek might find some lovely scrap. Chosen chieftain knows where Sleek means.
He knows. He was there not so long ago, looking for Mugwa's tears.
Perfect. So, has the chosen chieftain time to help Sleek, just like in the good old days?
not really the time, but he cannot say no to Slig. What is his plan?
Mugwar prays. The Chosen Chieftain is so kind. Slig will meet Chosen Chieftain Akrog outside the Brittlebone ruins. It will not take Slig long to find out what he needs. Hopefully.
It had better not. Akrog will meet Slig there.
All right. He will see him soon.
Аси вымахал, да? Младший братишка. Смотрите, какой. Огромный.
This looks interesting. Moonblood, Mugwa prays he's safe. Zeramak knows him since sunup. Where'd he go?
Out in wild to find Eric Gert, but he should have gone with kin. He's sorry.
He Moonblood. No ag no need be sorry to holy Zeramak. He do what Mugwa tell him.
Akrog needs Zeramak to shape something.
What he need?
This. Glorag promises never to insult Kresik again. Or maybe just once a moon.
Еще можно. Это тоже, наверное. Да. Всю эту херню разбирать надо.
Oh, chieftain back. Good, good.
Little Blood, he wanted to give Zeramak something?
True. Here, Noak found it. Ugh, it's so sticky.
Smells as nice as it looks.
True, could work. Can chieftain give Zeramak moment? Look, pretty. Like Zeramak.
What is this? A hammer?
A songbone, like greenskin slave drums. But this one makes long sounds like an iron beak's call.
They mean music?
It is true. This is for Crumb, then, Noag. What is the occasion?
They see.
All right.
Давайте посмотрим, что это. Пластины, поющая кость крошки. Блять, какая? То что за кружка, блять? Мелкий клык, блядь. Крушила много. Неплохо. Куда эту хуйню можно повесить? Шанс скрыть удар 100. Сила, артефакт, предмет для задания. Хер просышь, что это, блядь. Ладно, пока что. Буква.
Grungwa is here.
Давайте, короче, после этого сходим.
Moonblood, Mugwa prays.
За собиранием чего-то там. А, подождите, тут еще что-то есть. Я попукал.
He is going.
О, что-то здесь должно быть. Да он больше, младшенький, реально как. Больше, чем этот. Этот не маленький, а этот вообще огромный. Так, с кем тут надо базарить? А вот.
Noag, go look. Where was Noag? Crumb got worried.
Make something for Crumple.
Just show him, Noag. He will like it.
Here, gift.
A song wood. No, a song bone. But how did Noag make this? And why is he giving it to Crumb?
Zeramak helped Noak make it. And he, well, Crumple always helped Noak, just like Big Blood, Zaska, and Sire.
Oh, spit it out already. He want
It true.
That is very kind of Noag. Crumb will gladly be Well, it is settled then. Shepherd Crumb, kind soul.
Noak, thanks. He will be good trusted one to Crumple.
Come, Little Blood. You can speak with Crumple again later.
His same blood is right. But Crumb thanks Noag again. He will start making sounds as soon as he can. If these old fingers allow it, that is.
Так, что тут у нас? Давайте посмотрим. Топор двуручная. Палец одноручная. Двуручная. Меч. Какой-то меч странный. Смотрите какой. 105. 0,38. А это 0,42. А это что? Если цель голем. Давайте вот это возьмем. Хер знает, что у него. Рубила акр 25-37. Что-то вот это какая-то херня. Восемьдесят пять 91. Ну да.
He is going.
You will lead the way.
Moving on.
That way.
Head towards certain doom. Sure, why not?
Еще, кстати, из недавнего.
Going now.
Решил за компом перекусить, короче. Вот, печенькой. Потом захотелось пить. А рядом стояла кружка с водой, наполовину заполненная. Ну, я взял, короче, эту букву, и как-то так она у него выскользнула, короче. Залила мышку. Этот коврик полностью. Но клавиатуру не тронула. В общем, думал, мышки пиздец. А мышка хорошая. Logitech-овская там. Такая, ну, классная, короче. Беспроводная, блютусовская. Вот. Там. Думал, пиздец. Ну нет. Феном посушил, вроде работает. Все хорошо, уже второй день. Вот такие вот новости охуительные. Я, если честно,
What is Agrog waiting for? They need to bring the tears to the Bonekin.
Akrog will lead. He will.
А, иди в жопу.
Sharp tusks and thick hide, then.
Поехали. Я думал, кто это. Угу. А тут вот где-то, да? Черт вот стоит. Да, вот.
Chosen Chieftain, over here!
Slick, there he is.
It was good of Chosen Chieftain Akrog to come. Is he ready to shield Slick?
А, конечно.
He is ready.
Oh, wonderful. Let them see how much lovely scrap is waiting for them in there.
Пойдем лутаться. Это типа Walmart. Если вы понимаете, о чем я. Короче, это Walmart, а вот это лутатели. А вот, пойдем лутаться.
Mogwar's tusks! Look at this place! Slick's not sure where to start.
Slick should keep his voice down. He was right not to come here alone. Akrog is sure there are enemies around every corner.
Slick cannot promise to be calm, Chosen Chieftain, but he will try.
Akrog likes not this place. He wonders what happened to the Brittlebones who lived here.
Slick cannot spend all day worrying about things like that. He has got scrap to find.
Ёпта.
He helped tribe.
А, это тоже... А, им тоже управлять можно вот этим чертом, короче. Этим челиком. Ну-ка, давайте попробуем.
What next?
Да.
Moving now. You will lead the way.
Давай.
Let Zoska get a proper look.
Заска. О, сколько, гляньте. Съехал.
Keep those Araks away from Slick.
Worry not. Akrog will crush them. Just get that scrap.
Блять, собирай.
Ah, this makes a nice change from all the thinking Slick has been doing lately.
What thinks he about?
Slick will tell him if he promises to keep crushing those Araks. Well, Slick likes to think about the trolls he knows. And the ones he has known.
Has Slig lost someone close to him too?
It is true. And not as recently as the Chosen Chieftain, of course. Slig likes to remember his old friend Zanuck.
Zanuck? Akrog knows not that name.
They had been friends since they were cubs. Slig will never forget the day when Zanuck asked him to be his trusted one.
What happened to him?
The blood rot took him. He got hurt out in the swamps, and it seemed like he was getting better. But then, the rot took over and he was gone. Slig was with him when he died. He hoped Zanuck knew he was there.
Together, to the very end. That is the promise trusted ones make. Akrog is sorry Slig lost him, and in such a way.
Chosen Chieftain speaks true. Anyway, there is no time for moping. There is scrap to be found.
Блин, у меня опять этот псих начал кричать, короче. Жесть. Так, окей, давай сюда. Так, стоп. Собираем всякую шляпу. Мусор всякий. Так. Ух ты, сколько лута. Вы только посмотрите. PlayStation 4 лежит. Смотрите, сколько PlayStation 4 валяется. Вот, то есть, в смысле, и пятый, четвертый, третий. Видите, сколько здесь PlayStation приставок валяется. Консоли. Ядрёных черышек. Смотрите. Смотрите на это. Это жесть.
Slick thinks this might be the last of it. Rotten Alex again.
Akrog will take care of them. Is he nearly done?
Slig is a fast worker, Chosen Chieftain. They can head back in a flash. Unless he is not in a hurry to return.
Well, there is just so much to take care of. He would like to help Slig for longer, but...
But duty calls. Slig understands. It cannot be like the old times anymore. Not once he is Chieftain. The Chieftain can still have fun, though. He should not forget.
He will try not to. At least Little Blood is good at reminding Akrog to be less serious.
Oh, that is good. Noag Moonblood makes them all smile. He is such a sweet troll behind that thick hide and those strong arms. The tribe is lucky to have a troll like him who can bring joy and hope.
Noag bring joy? Was that good?
It is true. Noag Moonblood always makes Slig's day brighter.
Окей. Окей. Все?
Now Slig really cannot carry anymore. He will run back to Zaramak, so they can use this scrap straight away.
That was actually quite fast work. Akrog is glad.
It would have been a lot slower if Slig needed to fight those Araks first. Slig thanks to...
It was no trouble. Well, only a little.
A little trouble. Sounds like Slig.
He will.
Окей.
What is that?
On his way.
Moving on. This way?
Так.
Go on here. Let's get a proper look.
He is going.
Akrog is glad to see Slig made it back safely with such a burden. Was Master Scrap?
Very much. He and Slig are grateful.
They are welcome. Maybe it helped Akrog a little to help.
Look, once the burial is done and he is used to being chieftain, he should let Slig cook a meal for him. Slig owes him something tasty for giving up his time on such a day. He can bring no...
Akrog would like that. Remind him again after...
It is a deal. Sharp tusks and thick hide chosen.
Sharp tusks and thick hide, Slig.
War is ready.
Что? Блин, выберите одно. Давай вот это.
No, chieftain back. Good, good. What he need?
Akrog need
What he need?
Че, нет, нельзя.
Chieftain back. Good, good.
Подожди.
What he need?
Зуб магова. А,
Akrog
наверное,
needs
да.
their-
what he
Наверное,
need?
да. Точно, вот зуб маг. Эту штуку перерабатываешь. И вот эту штуку можно покупать, сместить.
Zaramak, old hide, he have it still. Here, chieftain, Mugwa's tooth.
Akrog thanks, Zeramak. To Cabrax, then. Oh, and Zeramak's scrappers can search the cave now. It is safe.
Так, окей.
Chieftain back.
Akrog,
What he need?
Давай переработаем все.
Not go there.
Interesting.
Ha! Look at this. The fabled moon blood. Noag, is it not? It true. Well. Noag truly has his sire's blood. A prime specimen. And Grumwar says he has no signs of the rot at all. No weak bones. No stunted tusks.
None. He's not even old enough to hunt yet, but already stronger than some warriors by his 5th year. Grungwa believes he will grow even bigger. Chieftain Narjak aside, Magua praise him. Noag is the strongest moonkin.
Well, then Cabrax hopes Noag will sire many cubs. Perhaps one.
Noag is standing right.
It is just mating. So, have the Moonkin shaped the tooth yet?
Akrog has it.
Let Cabrax see.
Akrog knows they have spoken of this before, but is there truly no way the Bonekin can let all the Moonkin into the cradle for the devouring? Tradition demands.
That all kin see the chosen chieftain devour the heart. Cabrax knows, but there were enough fools in the tribe who wanted the Moonkin not to come here as it is. Rot and all. And Cabrax wanted not to cause more grunting. 12 chosen Moonkin warriors, and the elders of the tribe can witness it. The rest will have to stay outside in the tribe camp.
Of course. Akrog understands. How can it be the Bonekin have not been cursed by the rot? Many other troll tribes have.
That is a good question. One Cabrax has often asked the bones about.
And what did the wise bones say?
That the cradle protected them. It is the only explanation. There were a few bonekin whose flesh was cursed, but they were all wanderers who spent many moons away from the shrine when the cursing happened.
This makes sense. Then perhaps the power of the cradle could cure the blood rot too.
Cabrax and the seers thought the same thing. That is why they allowed the 4 bonekin, who returned ill to the shrine, to sleep right next to the cradle, hoping Mugwa would mend their flesh.
She helped them not.
Cabrax is certain she tried, but she could not.
All four are now floating in the moonlit river.
The Moonkin's great warrior, Nurbok, fears the tribe being here will draw the Tusk Hunters near. Cabrax fears it not?
Cabrax fears.
And yet, he agreed to do the devouring.
And he told Akrog why. The Brittlebone Hunters are dangerous. But the moment Trollkind allows them to crush their traditions and the law, they have won.
Words worthy of a chieftain. Also remember there are no signs of hunters wide and far. They are probably scavenging the kin they killed last moon.
They speak true. Akrog has been meaning to ask this. Why is the Bonekin tribe so small? With their hex power and their gifts, they could become one of the greatest tribes on Urgith.
And what good would that do? Look around, Akrog. This shrine is not big enough to shelter many trolls at once. Especially not if they are fat like Cabrax.
They could build shelters around it.
True, maybe they could. But they would be harder to shield against enemies of the tribe, and draw more attention to the cradle. Also, it was never the Bonekin's calling to grow big. They are the guardians of the cradle, the servants of Mugwa. No more, and no less.
Here. Will this do?
It should. Follow them inside.
Погнали.
That way.
The air here makes Grimoire's hide prickle.
Давайте инспектируем вот это все место. Посмотрим, может, что есть, что валяется, что такое интересное. Или нихера. Так, тут какой-то алтарь, да? Да, алтарь.
It is nonsense. Why Ernok?
Because that is what Mugwood decided.
Опа.
Nurab must move on and choose a new trusted one.
Who then gets killed by the rot? The hunters? Or some stupid ritual? It is all so pointless, Ernok. The Moonkin will never find peace. Never!
Брат, друг.
The chosen chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher. Mugwa prays.
Mugwa prays, Bloodgiver Arnuk Softtusk. Is he ready for the sacrifice?
Bloodgiver. All his life, Ernok was a healer. And now that...
He became Bloodgiver the moment Mugwa decided so.
Rot Mugwa! Rot the devouring! Rot the hunters! Rot everything! Nurab cannot take this. Nurab!
Just when Anuk has accepted his fate, his trusted one will not. What can he do, chosen chieftain? He wants not to leave Nurab like this. Bitter and broken.
Интересно. Интересная хуйня, блять, у них тут, конечно.
The last hunter attack killed dozens. Many kin are bitter and broken.
How about a soul charm? It is a stone with hex power from the Brittlebone ruins. If the Moonkin found a soul charm for Anuk, he could speak a few words for Nurab into...
That, Anuk would like that. But
Anuk gives his life for the devouring. So this is the least the Moonkin can do. The blood...
Anuk thanks Grungwa.
Where can they find this?
Cabrax told Grungwa that the kin hoard them.
All right. They will be back.
Окей, погнали.
is going.
In that direction?
Let Akrog see. Moving now.
Let Zazka get a problem.
Magua prays. He is chosen chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher.
Thingkeeper Neek knows him. The Troll who crushed 10 brittle bones by himself.
How knows he?
Oh, be no fool. Every Troll knows the cub of Chieftain Narjak Firstborn. And his Neek must say he expected something else. Akrog looks not yet like a chieftain to me. Let alone the one to follow Narjak Firstborn.
Neek should watch his words.
Just as Neek thought. All threats, no sense. Either way, what came he here for?
This is the Bonekin's treasure, is it not? Why keep so many Brittlebone things?
So the Brittlebones find them not. Everything out there with hex power is a thing the Brittlebones can use to untusk trolls.
Akrog understands.
Кстати, давайте заглянем, посмотрим, как выглядит дохлый только папаша. Ну-ка. Доспехи у него, конечно, ебунячие. Кстати, доспехи хорошие.
Akrog wonders if the Bonekin have a soul charm. The Moonkin's bloodgiver. He would like one for
Soul charm. The Brittlebone boxes that can trap a voice.
It is true. They are small.
Neek knows what they look like. And it is true. Here.
What?
Nothing. The Moonkin bloodgiver makes a great sacrifice. If this keeps the dark thoughts.
Akrog thanks Neek. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Окей, было слишком
Akrog
просто.
must leave.
Было слишком просто.
On his way.
Этот, что это такое? Кости какие-то, что это? Понятно
Head
вообще.
towards certain doom. Sure,
Moving
why
now.
not?
Поехали. Казалось бы, при чем тут Украина?
Interesting.
Chosen chieftain.
Akrog never asked. Why is Arnak called Soft Tusk? His tusks look not soft or brittle.
Akrog speaks true. They are not.
Jag.
That surprises Anuk not. Anuk said farewell to Jag. They were just cubs when they lost their sires. So, they noticed not. But when they were grown, Anuk Saneblood took care of.
But why call Ernuk Soft Tusk then?
Because he always said Anuk's heart is too soft to be a warrior. Anuk never liked killing a boar, even if he knew it was right. That is why he became a healer, like Shepherd Crumb Kind Soul. There, good, that is. Anuk will man.
Akrog is sorry. Here. The Bonekin.
Anuk likes it. How works it?
And the hex inside will
Anuk is with Mugwa now, and he will be there when...
Will he bring Nurab the soul charm now?
Anuk would like Akrog to bring it to him. After the devouring.
Why? Nurab his trusted one.
Very true, Moonblood Noag. But seeing Nurab now would... He has said all that needed to be said. Now... It is time, Anuk. Make all this death mean something. Save the Moonkin. No matter the price.
Зайдет, сейчас он себя заколет, что ли, на жертвенном алтаре. Ты чё? Что это? А, я знаю, что это. Есть такая херня, короче, на картах в игре в этой. Там типа приносишь сюда либо жратву, либо приносишь жертву свои войска, короче, и там дается усиление за это. Есть такая тема. Что это? Окей. Ну, поехали. Что нам вот этот скажет, чувак?
Back, Moonkin. This is...
Quiet, Brog. This chosen chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher. Narjak Firstborn's cub. And he is?
The second born and the moon blood of the tribe. Noak.
Huh. Still just a cub. And bigger than Neok. Why Akrog come here? He want to honor his sire's flesh?
It is true. If Mugwa will not guide Narjak into the moonlit river until the devouring, where is his soul now?
Waiting in the earth. When devouring done, Mugwa take soul and bring it to Moonlit River.
Little Blood has been very quiet. How is he feeling?
Nothing.
Nothing what? He feels nothing?
No. This thing. It knows sire. It just flesh and bone. Like pig after hunter crush it. Sire is gone. And always will be. Because Nog no save him.
Little Blood, they spoke about...
No. Big Blood no speak. Not now.
At least the Brittlebone hunters left him his tusks.
And great tusks they were.
Akrog still cannot believe he is gone. It is just a moon ago. They were still sitting around a campfire, listening to Grungwar's stories. And now...
Akrog will crush the hunters. Every last rotten one of them.
And Sazka will help him.
A fair goal. Just forget not that the tribe must come first. Always.
Akrog knows Zazka respected Narjak like no other. Is there anything he wants to say?
He is dead, trusted one. Zazka can say all he wants, but Narjak will never hear it.
Akrog still cannot understand why the firstborn blood protected Narjak not. No arrows could pierce his hide.
No arrows, it is true. But the throwing spike of a brittlebone stick flinger could. The firstborn blood only made him long-lived, not invulnerable.
That throwing spike should not have hit him. It should not.
No.
Akrog wishes they had spent more time together.
Understandable. But there is a good reason a troll cub belongs to and is raised by the tribe, and not its sires.
A troll must not favor his offspring over his other kin, Akrog knows. Still, they had only just started hunting together. Akrog just wishes he had known him better. Akrog should go. He must prepare.
Sharp tusks and thick hide. Well then, time.
The summoning of Mugwa's cub.
No need to look like a beak shat on his head, Akrog. Summoning Mugwa's cub is a great honor. He should be smiling.
A moonkin and a bonekin have to die for the ritual. Akrog sees nothing to smile about, and he understands not why Cabrax would.
Cabrax told him why. It is an honorable way to die. Being worked to death as a slave of the Greenskins? Disgrace. Starving? Disgrace. But giving one's blood so that Mugwar's cub can take the fabled chieftain Narjak Firstborn into the Moonlit River. That...
Cabrix speaks true. Arnuk's trusted one will have dark thoughts for a long time. But maybe he will find...
Arnuk die? So Noag's sire can go in peace, and trusted one Akrog can be the new chieftain. Zazka will explain to Noag.
The Bloodgivers are already here, are they not?
Prepare the rest of the offering, of course. Wood, food, and crushed stone. Tradition demands for the Devoured One's tribe to gather them. But if Akrog wants, the Bone King can do it instead. He knows the Moonkin are weary.
They are weary, it is true. But the Moonkin will respect the traditions.
Words of a future chieftain. Return when the Moonkin workers have built the gathering dens, then.
What next?
Что-то у меня есть. А, вот сердце племени. Лесопилка. Каменоломня. Готовьтесь. А сколько надо набрать? Чертежи. Work.
They take care of it. Be not worried. He work now.
A building is done.
Так, еще железо. Блять, долго еще интересно, ёпть.
All right. The workers are preparing the offering.
А, вот.
What is next?
Scrap. Just have the Moonkin scrappers search the cradle. There should still be some mount. Then comes the blood giving.
How works the blood giving exactly? Two blood givers must offer their life.
It is complicated. Of the two blood givers, one is the sacrifice.
Elder Grongwa Greyfur is as well.
What mean
Eat. So he means the vessel must eat?
Like chosen chieftain Akrog will eat his sire's flesh at the ceremony. It is true.
Жесть.
Cabrax told both Bloodgiver Urnuk, the sacrifice, and Bloodgiver Itzka, the vessel, what they should do. Akrog should speak to them once he is ready.
He will. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Отлично. Шардос. Давайте вот так настроим. Это вообще вся миссия обучающая получается. Давай их сделаем. Так. Найдите больше железных куч и соберите железо. Окей, а вот еще. Окей. Так, где еще у нас тут? А, вот. Нет, тут не будем ставить, и тут не будем. Вот тут давай. Наверное, да? Во, давай. Что-то они быстро, гляньте. Очень быстро собирается.
He can help. Mugwort praise.
Это как бы хорошо, конечно.
Mugwort praise. It nice day.
Очень хорошо. Сейчас они... Ага, сейчас рассыпят, наверное. Нет. Смотрите, не сыпали.
More scrap for him. A building is done.
Ну давай тогда сюда. Дуйте. Возможно, зря я вот эту херню строил, ну ладно. Если уж есть, значит есть.
At his service.
Дающий кровь. Вот этот, наверное.
He
Нет,
is on
нет.
his way.
He is going.
А чё, не получается с ним поговорить. Может тут? Где-то. А, нет, ну вот есть. Быстро собираем, да. Прям молодцы.
Close enough.
What is it?
Bloodgiver Itzka will give his life tonight. He wishes not to die.
The rot can only be passed on.
That is what every fool believes. Itzka wants his flesh to be pure. No. Why is the chosen chieftain speaking to Itzka? He wants to be alone with his thoughts.
Itzka will devour a Moonkin's flesh. If what he thinks is true, would he not?
He would. But the Moonkin sacrifice dies a few breaths after it has devoured the Moonkin sacrifice.
Akrog came to offer his thanks and tell Itzka.
Thanks? Itzka does this for Mugwa. Is the Blood Guard waiting?
Bloodguard?
Cabrex has not told him yet. The tradition demands that the Moonkin bring 3.
Akrog understands.
He should. Itzka will meet him at the Holy Stone.
А вот еще железо. Кстати.
Moving on.
Что тут? Бойцовский дом. Бойцовский клуб. Ёпст. Бойцовский клуб. Так, дальше что? Кулачное становище. Делянка. Не знаю, давайте. Почему бы и нет? Так, челики-то, наверное, уже закончили. Ага, челики уже распиздяйничают. А челикам надо работать. Давайте посмотрим. А, еще пока не сделали.
Be not worried.
Так. Бойцовский клуб. Ушитель. Ушителя в бойцовском клубе. Окей. Ушитель пошел. Жизноклюб. Понятно. А тут что? А, это типа... Все, я понял, что это. Улучшалка, короче. То есть здесь ты улучшаешь юнит. Окей. Так, ну, вроде железа больше нет. Поэтому... Да, поглощение. Все эти кучи разобрал. Крушитель. Так. Ага, я понял. Где-то тут, ну какой? Тут ща. Что это? Быстрее. Давай. Кулач. Что он должен делать? А, он типа обучается, я понимаю, да? Ага, смотрите. Что тут можно сделать? Какой он стал. Ну, блядь. Один из 3. Окей. Я вас слышу. Сейчас будет все. Довольно интересная механика, кстати. Прикольно. Так. Так, что это? Хранилище железа. Вообще можно на самом деле снести. Ну ладно, ставим.
What next? Get ready.
Сюда сразу бежал. Поехали. Включайся. Так, 0,25 минус 25, 75. Сейчас проверим.
What now?
О, урон 140. А нет, вот. А нет, 140. Какой-то 120.
Here. What next?
Короче, добавляется защита еще вот этого ударного урона. И чуть-чуть урона добавляется. Ну, так, типа. Не очень на самом деле.
Here. What
Мощно
now?
не становится. Чуть сильнее. Так.
Akrog is listening.
Interesting.
Chosen chieftain. Has he spoken to the Bloodgivers?
He has.
Good. Then the summoning may start. First, Akrog will have to place the offering at the holy stone. Then the vessel must devour the sacrifice. Then spill his blood at the foot of the holy...
Will Cabrax guide the ritual?
No, this is the chosen chieftain's burden.
Akrog understands.
Понятно.
That way.
What is
Chosen chieftain. Is it?
And Itzka is too.
Itzka, is there anything he would like to say?
No.
Так, нет, ладно.
Is there anything else Arnak would like to say?
Just bring Nurab the soul charm on the devourer.
Akrog understands. He will. It is time. This is the tooth.
Strange
What is?
that it would end this way. Anuk thought about how he would die so much.
Itzka will honor Ernux.
Akrog will be a good chieftain.
Давайте поехали.
Anuk feels it.
Хрена себе.
What is needed of him?
Now the devouring.
Сипуку, блять, произошло. Прикольно, хорошая, кстати, обилка такая. Ну давай, иди сюда. Сначала мы возьмем с него какую-то шляпу. Да, отлично. С тебя мы вот...
Hey, it is done. Make the offerings. Speak the words. Then Itzka will do his duty.
Окей. Так,
Akrog is ready.
так, подождите. Избранные муглы. Я нашел. Совершите подношение.
No one here. He needed.
Так, эти пусть тут стоят. Скорее всего, сейчас что-то будет, атака какая-то, по-любому. Потому что не зря я вот этих вот готовил. Вот нападет, скорее всего.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
А что сделать надо? Так, урожай крови.
Go over there.
А это что? Так. Обелиска Титана.
He's needed.
Подождите, обелиск Титана. Ну то ж... Вот. По идее, да? Ну-ка. Ну да, все правильно. Оно... А как это сделать? Время строительства. Это что? А, вот это что ли? Да. Так, точно, все правильно. Вот такая вот херня. Уф, пошли, да. Да.
He here.
Так. Что еще? Вот эта штука сейчас пройдет и будет заряд идти после этого. Титаны. А, конечно, Титана вызываешь в этой игре. Это, конечно, мощь. Ничего себе, он там крушит просто, блин. Жестко. Так, отлично. Отлично. Теперь священного камня.
Can Zazka help?
Так, а ты вот сюда иди. Давайте посмотрим. Да, вот. Избранные мобы. Вот этого челика. Ух ты. Охренеть, да? Смотрите, какая херня. Ну, сколько у них? 20 тысяч жизней. Детеныш муку. 20 тысяч жизней. Ебать. Титан. Щение. Военной смерти, падение, немоте. Да, вот это Титан. Ну-ка, как он выглядит? Давай, иди сюда. Мать, женщина, смотрите, какая мразота. 45. Урон 900 почти. А это что? Ярость могу, детеныш могу. От ярости крушает всех стоящих вокруг него врагов. Вауч. Неплохо. Так, отлично, призвал.
By the golden, shiny, holy hide! Tell Cabrax not! This is not beautiful. Will it? Akrog means... whose words? Chosen Chieftain Akrog's, of course.
Then the devouring.
It is true. Speak the words, then Cabrax will light the pyre. If you want, is Akrog ready?
Готов.
Then call in the Moonkin's chosen warriors. Cabrax will brew the embalming liquid. Then the devouring begins.
And so, Elder Grungwa Greyfur gives Chieftain Narjuk Firstborn's flesh to his cub, the chosen Chieftain. Not only so he may become the new Chieftain, not only so his blood stays in the tribe forever, but to honor Magua, the moon goddess who, through all these struggles, still smiles on Trollkind. Magua prays. Do it, chosen chieftain. Devour the heart.
И, ой, блин. Артефакт. Что-то все понятно. Давайте посмотрим. Подожди. И куда делась моя это? Моя награда, блядь.
The tribe. Shield the tribe.
Sire,
And the devouring is complete. With Mugwa's blessing, Akrog Bone Crusher is now chieftain of the Moonkin.
Пойдем Волмар лутать.
Speak, chieftain. Speak loud and speak proud, because his words will be remembered.
Давай.
The hunters have taken so much from the Moonkin. It is time.
Wait.
What?
Something is wrong. They... Hunters!
Опа, ну я же говорил. Предсказуемо. Это просто супер предсказуемо все. Хоп. Чпок. Оп. Упсренька. Пиздец. Такая вот хуйня, ребята. Ну давай. Ну, у нас есть, ёпта, вот это вот хуета, блядь. Смотрите. На. Найс.
Fight back! That cub will crush them!
Ну и кто там?
Brutes! Bloody brutes!
Давай.
Fight
Бей,
them
бей.
back! Fight for Mugwa!
Всех поперехуячили. Это эльфа, блядь. Вот-то замахнется, ёпть. Уже.
Scryer, do it! Cast the spell!
Commander,
Опа. Нифига себе, вы видали? Она заваншотила, короче. Она заваншотила, блядь.
Get ready.
Она тупо заваншотила, нахуй. Кто там кого пиздит, блядь?
They messed with the wrong tribe.
Вот он, последний остался.
He helped
Давай. Выживай, братень. Братюня, выви. Все.
Ready for action.
Распиздокнули, блядь, нас.
He is going. What on Urgath is this?
This is pointless. The moon...
What is he talking about?
No, they will not. Tusks. There are hundreds of them out there.
He speaks true, chieftain. They need to flee.
Fine, but they will not leave the Bonekin. It is the Moonkin's fault the hunt...
Holy hide! Spare Cabrax for words! The Bonekin will never leave... Now go!
Опа.
What happened? Where are they?
Still near the cradle. This must have been a teleport hex, like the hunters used to get into the cradle. They...
more hunters.
To the tribe camp. Now.
Hope that spell worked. That thing was bloody terrifying.
Don't worry, it will. Itras is the best mage in the Corps.
Still, it is a Titan. And that fight has been going on for a while now.
Ah, you worry too much. Those tusks are ours.
Ага, ну ладно.
Great. More problems to smash.
Ellen's reigns!
No hurt, Moonkin!
Ого, они сильные, глянь. Смотрите, смотрите, как речат сильно вообще.
More life force. Quick.
Ни хрена себе. Вы видели эту херню? Хера себе.
He might be old, but his tusks are still sharp.
Спереть, блядь.
Grungwall will go
Тролля.
there.
Тролля пробивает вообще, как нехуй делать. Просто пифет. Так, давайте, что там? Одна способность. в отваге, блядь. Давай вот это сделаем. Только не во время боя. Это все бесполезная херня. А это что? Это облако. Заска. Червиен. Что это? Давай вот это сделаем. Интересная тема. Так.
Is that Bloodgiver Anuk's trusted one, Norab? He will never get the soul charm.
To the tribe camp. Now.
Слушай, их тут, блядь.
Magua help them.
Зарама.
What next?
Всех нагнули. Так. Поговорите с выжившими. Где они? Так, дальше, наверное. Да, дальше. Вот они.
You find out. Look who has arrived. Nurbok told us. Stop, Nurbok. Crumb speaks true.
What happened?
What looks it like? The hunters attacked while Akrog was... Nurbok guesses the cradle is gone.
They're still fighting. Cabrax, he told...
And of course...
It was not like that. Cabrax left them...
Sure. Zaska speaks true, trusted one. Chieftain Cabrax made a hex that brought them out of the cradle. He wanted the Moonkin not to... Well, it's too late for that. Many dead.
The hunters? How many kin?
Better to ask how many. They have not yet counted the bodies, Chieftain Akrog. But it is terrible. Zaramak, Julog, Anuk. It would have been worse had Anuk not won. It is, little Noag. It is.
Akrog understands not. The eyes said there were no hunters, wide and far. So how...
It is hard to explain. It is true that the beaks and the eyes see no hunters. But when Anug go out yesterday, he see these This morning, Anug and eyes see sparkles from the bushes. But suddenly, there is
a teleport hex.
When Anug find out, he run back to the tribe camp, but it was too late. He is sorry, Chieftain.
Anug is not to blame. It was Akrog.
Chieftain Akrog.
The small tusk is the last one to tell Nurbok what to do. He is not even a moon.
Quiet. Tusks, maybe Akrog made a mistake, but now is not the time to fight. Kin died, again. And more will die if the Moonkin stay here and wait for the hunters. They need to leave.
Powerful words. And where plans this great leader to take...
He knows not, but they will work something out.
Maybe there is no need to. Zaska has... Nurbok remembers when he said Zaska was making schemes again? Well, it is true. For the past moon, he has been meeting with a Brittlebone.
A Brittlebone?
That is what Zaska just said. And no, he has not betrayed them. even though that is what they all believe he is just waiting to do. This Brittlebone, he has a plan that would not just help the tribe crush the hunters, but could also cure the rot.
Cure the rot? How? How is that possible?
And there is the catch. The Moonkin must resurrect a
Опа.
fallen god.
Fallen God. Вот и, собственно,
Ever since they
обыгрывается
crossed the water to start a
название
new life
DLC.
under Gath, Mugwa had smiled upon her trolls. In their darkest times, though, her smile was sometimes forgotten. The blood rot, the hunters, the slavers, they were not so easy.
Так. Давай. Черный джунгли. Колыбель Мугвы. Опачки. Давай, поехали.
Disbelief marked the faces of surviving Moonkin as Azka explained his idea. A pact with a Brittlebone Elder? Resurrecting a fallen god? Disgrace, they roared. Madness! But was there any other choice? So it was that Akrog used the chieftain's word for the first time. The Moonkin would meet this strange Brittlebone in the Blackheart jungle for a peace talk. When they marched to the cradle 5 sundowns ago, the Moonkin had been...
This is it. The Brittlebone stranger is nearby.
And Nugs still think it is not wise to go alone. Take a few beaks, at least.
Akrog agreed to a peace talk.
And Brittlebones honor peace talks not. They say they will, then they stab each other in the back.
Maybe so. But this Brittlebone had 100 chances to crush Zaska, and he crushed him not. Also, if he is anywhere near as powerful a hexer as Zaska thinks, a few beaks will make no difference. Please, Akrog. If they break the first pact they struck with the stranger, he might choose not to help them after all. The tribe has been ravaged, and they cannot ruin this chance.
Zaska speaks true, Chieftain. Trust must start somewhere.
Я думаю, это какой-то из героев, скорее всего, оригинальной кампании. Кто-то из них, я думаю.
What thinks Nurbok of this?
Akrog cares.
Well, even though there is no way the Moonkin could have known about the hunters, Nurbok was right about the cradle. Akrog wants his advice.
Nurbok thinks the small tusk is right.
Wonders never cease.
Ага, я тоже
Nurbok thinks
охуел.
not that it is wise to put the fate of the tribe into a Brittlebone's hands. But it is true if this stranger had wanted to kill the Moonkin, he could have done it when they were not expecting it. Also, Akrog has made up his mind, and the Moonkin are already here. So they might as well go through with
It is Chieftain now, Nurbok, not Akrog.
Sure, Chieftain.
Да, он не уважает вождя сучара.
Akrog still understands not what this stranger gets out of this.
Grungwar wonders the same.
Well, that is what they are here to find out. Zaska asked him the same question, though, and the stranger told him he stands to gain as much from this as the Moonkin.
100 Moonkin?
Why told Zaska Akrog not earlier that he was meeting?
It is difficult. He wanted not to burden Akrog, not after what happened.
But my bad.
Well, it is not like Zaska lied, is it? He just told Akrog not. Look, he is sorry. But what was it Narjak used to say? If the stone is crushed, there is no putting it back together.
Akrog understands, but Zaska should not do this again. Trusted ones need to trust each other.
Will not happen again. Now, how about they talk more about his disappointment later?
They camp here and bring in the others. If they are not back by sundown, find the stranger.
As Chieftain said.
Good then. Grunwar, Zazka, Little Blood, come. Time to find out what this stranger's wild plan is.
Давайте посмотрим, чему он научился, какие там у него. Так. Это какая-то хуета. Одинокий, добрая душа. Блять. Ладненько. Продолжим в следующей серии.